the party joined a congressional delegation for a summit with. Well, the delegation was having a summit with one of the Hows, General or Admiral. You never actually got a straight answer as to which one it was. While the party assisted in a secondary summit between Ben Franklin and John Dee about the use of magic. Things seemed to be going well until John Dee's son, ward, apprentice, whatever you want to call him, was found murdered in the backyard.
His creation through the use of the stone.
Sure. The party... Franklin convinced the party to basically acquiesce to the demand that they remain behind to ensure that, until they were relieved of suspicion. And they were brought to a boarding house where Franklin said someone would make contact with them there. So you guys are now in your rooms.
Can I clarify something first?
Maybe.
The title is Chapter 33, Murder Most Foul.
Yes.
Is it an actual murder or an attempted murder at this point?
It's an attempted murder.
Okay.
But that didn't sound as good.
Yeah, attempted murder most foul. Yeah, no, I agree. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah. Last you know, Albedo was able to stabilize Negredo, keep him from...
He's in a coma.
Yeah.
What happened to Graham from last time? Was he just NPC'd but still there? Or
canonically, you were in the other room basically acting as a bodyguard for John Adams and Edward Rutledge.
Okay.
However, you remained with the party when they got sent to the boarding house.
Okay, so I am here with them still then.
Yes,
under house arrest.
You know pretty much what I told you. They gave you the Cliff Notes version, but you weren't not present for those events because you were with the congressional delegation.
Okay. So if it comes down to it, Graham might not hang for murder?
Yeah. You were... So you guys are in your rooms at the rooming house, and because Aaron gave me such a big deal about not having maps for everything,
I feel like a combat's going to break out at any point. Everyone be prepared.
My bad.
So here's more for the layout of anything, so you can see which room everyone's been assigned.
And on this map, I presume it's the center room, or the office room.
Oh, I was looking at the building up from it, and I was like, "So who's?"
Yeah, that's the downstairs, which is like a tavern, and then the upstairs is the boarding house.
Are we disarmed or just?
You are not disarmed. Like you guys are not under arrest. You agreed to go willingly. So
I might do premonition, but I think I did it at the end of the last game. So
you did.
Would I know if like how dramatically did this interrupt talks? Like, is John Dee still in the premises?
John Dee. It definitely interrupted the talks between John Dee and Franklin.
Yeah,
but
that's what I mean.
Kept it quiet from the congressional delegation.
Okay. Would I know if the John Dee and his party did they also retreat to like rooms, or are they just like they're gone?
John Dee
or
is still at his house where his son is
being treated.
Is it John Dee's house where the summit happened?
It's the house of John Dee's friend.
Okay.
His house is much more modest, and it's in town closer to the university.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys are there, is there anything you guys want to do once you are all I mean, there's no one else in this boarding house right now. You are free to interact with one another.
Can we leave our rooms? We're not confined?
Yeah, you're not
Okay.
locked in. If you try to leave the boarding house, the redcoats might be like, "Don't do that." But
I want to do a premonition, and then I want to do augury. I think it is. I think it's augury.
okay, it is.
Yeah. Magic.
And now there are penalties to augury because you've already asked the spirit a few questions recently.
2 questions, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you enter your premonition. The visions are murkier than they've ever been. You see once again that kind of rapid fire montage of images you got last time. Rubido in a very dark, like surrounded by shadow. He's in a very dark place. You see Albedo, the burn on his face, kind of flickering in and out of existence. You see the woman, Croatone's consort. You see her just wreathed in shadow, reaching out her hand to someone, and that person's also kind of flickering. And then you see an image of, again, that image of New York burning. You see this image, like you're looking out at, you see a number of individuals that you recognize: Albedo, Rubido, John D, Virginia Dare, Croatone's consort, each with their hand outstretched, and the Philosopher's Stone seems to be jumping from hand to hand, like you don't know who's going to end up with it, like some kind of shell game.
Hot potato, hot potato.
And by Philosopher's Stone, I mean the piece of the Philosopher's Stone, the one that you guys know is currently in John D's possession.
Okay, sorry. Who was it hopping to?
It was between Albedo, John D, Croatone's consort, Virginia Dare, Ben Franklin. So those 5. And Rubido, so 6.
Okay. Did I know, depending on who got that shard wait, when I saw New York burning and somebody having a piece of the Philosopher's Stone, do I know which piece that was? Like, did I recognize it as...
You didn't, and that vision, again, it was more the silhouette of a person, and the Philosopher's Stone was like here, so you're not sure if they were holding it or...
Okay.
Like, it was not in their hand, it was like, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was like here, it was more symbolic. This, it was literally the shard from
Okay.
the desk kind of jumping between these individuals, like, yeah.
For Graham,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to go and speak with Josiah Channing, if I can.
Okay.
Presuming you treated the boy Negredo, didn't you? Or did
I
you
did.
get... What was the wound? What caused it?
I'm gonna draw on my neck the wound.
Okay.
So by a dagger, you think?
That's an
I
interesting question. Hold
I
on a
found the
second.
dagger covered in
hold,
blood.
hold on a second, Rebecca.
Oh.
I don't think it was done by a dagger. I think it was done by something sharper, like a razor. That's an awful lot. That's an awful lot of cut to make.
Do you remember
with just a dagger, unless it was a really super sharp dagger?
This reminds me, a year or 2 years ago, when we first found the headless body. Do you remember? You said something similar to that. Could we be dealing with another one of these supernatural envoys trying to decapitate people with? It just seems awfully similar.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. This didn't seem to me to be a decapitation so much as a very thorough throat slitting.
Just your description just brings back those memories. The razor thin wound.
I know what you're saying. I don't know how similar they are, other than they were both done with very sharp weapons.
Now clearly they've put us in not confinement, but I mean, I'm sure they've done that for all parties that have been in the vicinity. But it seems to me that there's something, either someone who did this or something.
I tend to think it's probably more of it seems to me that it was something that was done with a implement that has some precision to it, something very, very, very sharp. So my first thought, of course, is something like a very sharp razor. But if there are supernatural creatures, are there creatures who would have claws or teeth that could do something like this? I don't know. Maybe we need to talk to Aaron's character, whose name escaped me, Thomas. Maybe we need to talk to Thomas.
Where was he found? Was he by himself? It just seems odd.
I don't remember that. Where did we find him? Was he in the garden?
He was in the garden.
Okay.
He was by himself. You guys were the first to stumble upon him, and then Rubido shortly after.
Okay.
That lends more credibility to it being a something, to me at least. If he was out in the open, I thought he was in one of the rooms. Perhaps we should go speak with Thomas too. Were you the only one who got a good look at him?
I think everybody in the party did at some point. Except
I carried him back to the actual house.
We were all there.
I'm a little put out that I was not present for that. But I think we should perhaps try to figure this out.
Perhaps it was better that you weren't. It was a pretty grisly sight.
I'm just worried about potentially the immediate future. Like, if there's somebody who's attempting to murder, that's grave implications.
Yes, quite so.
I'll peek back out into the hall and look around for any of the other compatriots.
Mary treated him. She may have some insight that I don't have. She was first on the spot. She may have noticed something that I didn't.
I think perhaps
at this point, everyone who's out in the hall and Dr. Channing, who I presume is at his door, hears footsteps on the stairs.
Oh, I've got nothing to hide. I will stay where I am. I'm at the door, but in the hallway. So
I have nothing to hide.
Yeah, I'm probably getting a little
stir crazy.
Yeah, it's like
three redcoats have come up the stairs. One officer, lower ranking officer, and two enlisted men. The enlisted men stay by the stairs. The officer comes over. I've been asked to check that you lot
We're still here.
Still here.
Need not
being
be
kept
afraid.
comfortable, actually. We want to ensure that not only your cooperation in this matter, but also that you're being treated well.
I have no complaints, sir.
Good.
It is a little stuffy in here, though.
My compatriot here misses the fields, but
do you have any news on the boy that was a man that got injured?
I'm afraid I'm not in the loop about that. But should you need any other information, perhaps there's something I could help you with. Graham, go ahead and make a perception check.
I would absolutely love to. Perception. It's early in the game, but I never get to roll perception, so I'm gonna throw a style point into it.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Did that work?
No. Oh yeah, I did. Got one success.
Just the one. That's probably the style point.
Well, it was funny because first I only saw the
Yeah, it did.
modifier, and then it's like what?
So, yeah, not
So
great.
if there's anything you require, my men, as long as you stay within the confines of this building, you'll be free to do what you'll be allowed some measure of freedom to talk amongst yourselves. And he fishes around his satchel and hands you a deck of playing cards. This might help pass the time.
Thank you, sir.
Out of curiosity, is this the point where all of them have been stamped that they are legal pieces of paper?
It would have been, yes. The Stamp Act is in force.
Awesome.
that
Collector's item.
the deck of playing cards to me was always for the stamp back, just like, really?
So, yeah, I'll take it and kind of offer it over to Josiah, who seems to know a little bit more about cards than I do. I don't know if Graham would be proficient.
The officer kind of nods to you and goes to leave.
Do keep your eye out. I'm worried there's something of an assassin about. We were just discussing the boy's wounds and something's not right. So keep your wits about you, man.
I would like to think that I always do. But thank you.
Silverlock. And then since I'm here, I'll knock on Thomas's door too. I suppose perhaps we should fetch Mary as well. I was just wanting to ask a little bit about what you saw with Delgado with his wound. If you might know anything. Here, let me get Mary. Oh, Mary! As you opened the door, I was just about to call.
I heard some people talking outside my door. Probably.
That would have been us and our friendly redcoats.
Oh.
What do you all make of this? You're the ones who saw what happened to the boy.
I found him with his throat slit, and there was a knife thrown in the bushes, but there was nothing other than that. I believe that was visible. I do think that the person was still on the premises.
Out of character, how long has it been? Is this like hours later or like 30 minutes later?
It's been a little over an hour.
Okay, so it's still
since you got here. So yeah.
Yeah, we really didn't have much time from when we saw the body to, So it's like we really didn't have time to investigate, really.
Now, I was speaking with Dr. Channing, and he noted that the wound on the neck seemed to be made by a blade potentially finer than that. You said a razor blade, Dr. Channing.
Yes, that's what seemed to me.
What do you all make of this? It doesn't make any sense. It reminds me of the Headless Horseman, dare I say that out loud, in the vicinity of Mr. D.
Well, I think we put it into it.
I believe we did, yes. To my great sorrow, the occurrence almost. He remembers back to the death of his son. But are there evil forces at play here, or is this the British? If it was the British, wouldn't they have targeted one of us?
I don't know.
You have to remember the last time we fought the British, somebody had summoned those one spirits that were attacking. So
You might be onto something. Mr. Bain, do you know of what creatures might be able to do this, if any? You probably are more well versed than any of us.
I assume I have to roll for this, don't I?
Academics occult, yes.
All right, this is going to be exciting.
You know of a few creatures that might. There are, very similar to the shades you fought, there is a sort of assassin demon that it would have to be summoned by someone particularly powerful, but that's the first thing that would come to mind.
And I repeat that.
Now, I know you don't like speaking of it, Mary, but I think you might be the most qualified to answer the next question is, are we dealing with someone powerful enough to summon an assassin demon?
Well, if you remember yourself, we have had many demons attack us and places we've been. So it's entirely possible that Croton's consort had a hand in this, as he is actively trying to recruit somebody. And them being vulnerable in their emotional state from their brother dying could lead them to making unwise choices.
And have you ever told anyone about your vision of one of the boys being one of the three, the triplets being the person, or did you ever
Bird in the
talk?
face?
She did, because I remember in a past episode, she first suspected Silverlock and then told
Yeah.
him when she thought, when she came up with this new theory.
But I just don't remember if Graham ever was part of that or not, really.
Right now, the future is uncertain with particularly them. Rubido might get his face burned. Croton's consort is seeking to get a hold of one of them. Any one of them could end up with the Philosopher's Stone. The future changes.
I was going to say, you heard her give me the cryptic message when I was in astral form when you fought the vampires, but yeah.
I do know that Negredo was going to die, and I think that as of yet, that is actually not certain anymore.
Do you think this was maybe we've prevented something by you being?
I think he was going to die. I think finding him made it to where he's in a coma. I don't know if he'll wake up yet or not, but I do think that right now, Albedo and Rubido are, well, I guess what I would say is high emotional states always make for poor decision making. So
once again, you hear footsteps on the stairs.
I don't know what happened. I didn't see anyone when we showed up.
At this point, around the corner, Rubido and Albedo appear.
Graham's hand is going to go instinctively to the small of his back, where his
they both look like hell. Like, clearly, like, their eyes are bloodshot. Hair and clothing are just disheveled.
Which one was the one at the docks when we took the sub?
That was the
those Rubido?
Mm-hmm. Rubido is armed. He has multiple pistols.
He's always armed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He at least has 2.
Unlike the others, though, which you won't never seen the other ones.
Have
carrying
I
Wait, is Albedo's
interacted?
carrying a gun?
No, that's what I'm
Rubido.
saying.
Oh, okay.
Rubido is armed as always, but Albedo and Negredo, you've never seen them.
Have
Never
I
them fight
seen or
together.
interacted with Rubido at all during this the summit? Or has
No, because you are apart from everyone else.
I will kind of just nod to him and be like, I'm pleased the terms of our meeting again is different. And I've got my hand behind my back, probably very obviously on my pistol.
Though the overall situation could have been better.
But keep in mind, for the summit, when I say you weren't disarmed, the weapons you would have had with you were your smaller pistol and
Daggers.
yeah.
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 I am sorry to hear of your brother's injuries. I do hope he is doing better.
That's why we're here. We want to make a deal with you, and he points at Mary.
How did I know?
I will stand aside.
Well, at least they're not crying looking at me questionably like they were in my vision.
Not far off. Like,
Not far off.
clearly,
Yeah.
like from the look of their eyes, tears have been shed.
Is this a private conversation you wish to have, or is it one we should have in a hallway?
You're gonna tell your friends anyway, so
And
Well, I'm just
I would
wondering if
not
we
see
should
you
have it in a
alone.
hallway.
there's no one downstairs. We won't be disturbed.
Okay.
Albedo did everything he could for our brother. It's not enough. But there's one way to save him, and I think we all know what that is.
I want to look to Channing to see if he has any idea if they're talking about something medically real or if they're talking about magic, which I am presuming magic.
I have no idea.
Uh,
I'm curious myself.
as of now, out of curiosity, does he have like an IV in him? And at this state, like, how long do people typically last in a coma?
IVs aren't a thing yet,
Okay.
and
Unlike ivy, which is a plant.
yes. How long? Generally, I mean, because IVs aren't a thing yet, you kind of have to worry about things like starvation and dehydration.
Yeah.
Like, the whole reason that the wake is a thing is because people who are in comas were also constantly getting buried alive. So there's that. Albedo says that you could save him using the stone, the part of it Father has.
Can I roll academics occult? Do I even know how to do this?
You can roll academics occult.
Can I help with that, or is it not?
I think this would be more her understanding of the occult, less yours.
Let me see. That's not bad.
Well, based on what you know about your own magic and what you've seen of the stone,
They're different types.
right? It might actually be possible to use the stone
In conjunction with heal.
as part of your normal healing spell.
That's what I was thinking of before, but like
Mhm.
I don't know if my character would think about that. The problem I think then would be that Well, it's your father's stone, and I could do my best.
Right. And in exchange, you'll have your freedom, and we're willing to let you take the stone. We can get it for you.
Is that going to be okay?
Does it matter?
To me, not particularly, but
Then you have your answer.
well, I think then what's left is for us to meet by Negrito and see what we can do for him.
No, what's next is to get the stone.
Well, is that my job?
No, we can do it. But we need a little time.
I
Tomorrow.
will warn. I will
Tomorrow
warn.
night.
Might I make a warning?
Okay.
Croton's consort is looking for a new hound. I think she might be wanting one of you. I haven't confirmed it, but I am suspicious towards her, as the future of this shard might end up with her. It leads me to believe that she is nearby, which makes me suspect her. I haven't gotten a chance to do augury yet, but I was gonna I was gonna ask them if it was a female, if a female was responsible for the death of him. If I don't know if you'll let me do that at this point.
Well, like I said, we can get the stone. If you're worried, you can come with us.
What would your father, John D., do if he finds out? Are you putting yourselves in just as much danger as Negrito?
He wouldn't hurt us. He wouldn't approve of this plan. He doesn't trust you, but at least not enough to give you the stone and let you try this, but we don't have any other options. I think whatever anger he feels could be balanced out by the fact that Negredo will be safe.
I trust you more with the stone than I do the consort, and it does worry me that one of the possibilities of the future is her having it. So I will just say that.
He pulled out a piece of paper. Tomorrow night at sundown. Meet us here.
It's not like we have anywhere else to go.
Albedo turns to leave. Albedo gives you one last look, kind of a pleading look in his eyes, but says nothing. And they depart.
Can I roll empathy?
I was
Sure.
also gonna.
Yeah.
I'll let two of you roll it.
I was wanting to ask him something as he is leaving.
Yeah, I don't even see the look in his eye. Dang.
Okay.
Albedo,
He turns back.
do you know who did this to your brother? Who are we facing?
Albedo kind of lowers his head, and then Rubido turns around. I don't know who it is, but I was connected to my brother when it happened.
What do you mean?
Albedo kind of grabs Rubido's arm and Rubido shakes him off. You know Albedo can heal. You know Negredo can move things with his mind. Well, my power isn't so impressive. I have a connection with my brother.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said Albedo can heal, Rubido can move things around with his mind.
No, Albedo can heal. Negredo can move things with his mind.
Okay, and he said his power isn't so impressive.
I have a connection with my brother. We can share our thoughts, and we were having a conversation at the time. He wasn't able to tell me anything, but I felt it happen to him.
Who's talking right now?
Rubido.
Okay, because I was okay. Okay.
When you say you felt him, can you also see what he sees?
It doesn't work that way.
Which means that whoever came upon him did it from behind.
If
Is that
we're
why?
if we're really focusing, we can share that kind of information, but we weren't, not at the time.
Understood.
So
More of empathic link, but
Rubido was connected.
Mm-hmm.
Do. Sorry, you said that Albedo was connected to Negredo, which
Oh, sorry, I meant Rubido.
threw off that most of
Yeah.
what I was listening
Sorry.
to.
Yeah. Graham asked Albedo the question, but it was Rubido who answered.
Okay. I assume that's why you went looking for him.
Yes, that's why I was able to get there so quickly. I'm hoping I'm not wrong to trust you. And Rubido again turns to leave, with Albedo following close behind.
I whisper, I just hope we're not walking into a trap.
Silverlock, do you think you can not follow them, but keep an eye on them? And if you
Have a seat in your room and look around.
you know best. I was thinking that one time when you would flap like wings or something. I think it'd be beneficial for us to know what they're up to just as much as.
I'm more concerned about. Can I? Can I do a stitching?
Sure. What information are you trying to
Augury.
get?
Giving a description of the woman who is Crotone's consort to the best of my ability. Do I know what she looks like at this point?
I mean, you have a vague idea. Like, you've seen her enough, usually at a distance or
And
wreathed in shadow.
It's just you and your visions, right? We haven't in character seen
You guys
anybody, right?
caught a very vague glimpse of her.
In New York.
Yeah, as you guys were fleeing the.
Yeah, I don't think trying to see her was on the top of my priorities back then. So, okay.
Yeah. I would give a description of her, and I will ask if she was involved of the attempted murder of Negrito. And I will roll with a -4, I believe, which is not the best, but It was not the best. But I got a 2.
I need to double check to see what the like, assuming the casting difficulty is the level of the ritual, which is what I think Jeff has convinced me is
Rank 4.
the spirit doesn't seem to be giving you an answer.
Darn that -4. I think by now the +2 I have on stuff will have gone away over that hour.
Yeah.
Scene changing. Lack of dog. I miss my puppy. Coco.
I mean, Puppy could come to you. Puppy is, again, not
Puppy, come to me. Sit
You
on
get
the
the
outskirts.
yes, you get the sense that Puppy is on its way to you.
Yay! We're on an island. It will take a while, but hey.
You know, that won't be as much of a hindrance. You're again, this puppy is not
Not your average
not
puppy.
entirely of this world.
Once the puppy gets here, I would like it to keep an eye out around the perimeter and just for anything suspicious looking. Because last I heard, the murder was... Do I know like a general location for where the dog is?
You have a general idea of direction plus distance.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like, guys, it's like I could do the go ghosty, so to speak. The only problem is like, I know the house where the talks were in was warded, and I'm certain that John D's house is definitely warded. So
Yeah. Yeah, because you know at the very least John D had that coin that
yeah, you know, so it's like I can get a little info, but that's I could possibly scout out the area where they're wanting us to go, but that's
Well, I have a thought. Not a clean thought, but on the first floor there is a little drain in the kitchen area that might lead to a place that might not be warded. Not very
talking
clean.
about going out through the sewers.
Things have been messier.
I will wait here. The kitchen area?
well, yeah, it's like it's one of those things. Like whether or not this building's warded, but if we're the two we're going to was John D's residence, it's like
Yeah,
it's going to be warded. So it's like
sure. But
I'm not going to be able to get in there. That's
right. But windows aren't warded. You can see through those
uh,
in theory.
it's one of those things. It's like I'm not enough experience with being in astral form of how much I can see and not see when it comes to domiciles and things that are warded. Um, but I have a feeling it might be distorted, or yeah, or might not even be able to see in at all. And I don't really want to be tripping any bells and whistles and
Any
the
alarms?
alarms too. Yeah.
Honestly, there's not much to be done at this point.
Yeah, the big thing is whether or not we're going to be allowed to leave as a whole, or they're just going to take Mary.
Well,
for the field.
they gave you an address. Presumably, it's up to you guys to get there.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, that's
they said meet here at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
They said
Or
Tomorrow?
the next
they
day.
said sundown, but
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's
Probably
presuming
a little
they
later
will.
than 6 because it's still summer, so you're probably talking like closer to 8.
They also that by that point of the meeting, they're supposed to have the John Dee's stone already. So that's why I was suggesting to have Silverlock like shadow them and see what's happening to them while
Sorry,
they're doing it. And then
when they said to meet here at sundown, I thought they were coming back here.
Nope. They said that, and Rubio gave you a piece of paper with
Okay.
the location on it.
I missed that. I'm going to write that down. Where is the place we're meeting according to the paper?
it's 1234 their address.
Yeah, it's an address in the city. I'm going to assume you're not familiar enough with New York to know exactly where it is.
Meeting there at sundown means we're going to have to actually be leaving here before sundown, which is a bit of a pain.
Not really. I don't think. How many guards are there actually? Maybe it is a pain.
Looks like 2 on each door.
I don't think.
Actually,
that's
that's not each door. There's also over here and over here.
Oh, those are windows, aren't they?
I know, but
I've seen people take naps around you before. I'm not worried about it.
I'm confused. What?
They will probably fall asleep or something, and we will easily walk by.
Oh.
Unless that's a very strange coincidence all these times.
I think let's go with a strange coincidence. I like that answer. Oh, yes, I suppose that is also a possibility.
I'm assuming that if we do nothing but wait, then we can get out to the rendezvous point. I think probably with the spells and stuff, or even if we sneak, we can probably get out. But is anyone else thinking it's a good idea to see what they're doing with getting the stone?
I kind of want to do premonition again, just because it's making me nervous. But
Great.
I'll go with you.
I feel like there's
about. You've got a killer on the loose, you know.
There's so much potential for things to just go completely wrong. And with Adam's smile, that's the plan. Oh dear Lord. Well, we have a whole. How late is it tonight?
I'd say by now it's probably pushing like 9 or 10.
Okay, I'm gonna collect my firearms and go down to the bar and sit at the bar.
Again, for firearms, you have the gun that you brought in with you.
Yeah, so I've got one pistol and a concealed pistol then.
Yeah.
So I will have that out on the bar and I'll just wait until something happens.
Okay. You're just staying up all night at the bar. There's like no patrons. This place has been cleared out.
Not all night, but I'll stay up for a while until.
Okay. There's a bartender there, and he will. If you wanted food or drink, he'd provide it.
Yeah. In Graham's mind, he's tempting this assassin to try to take him out. That's what's going on in his mind, whether it's actually anything happens or not. It's like, I'm here. But yeah, eventually, if nothing happens, he'll go up to bed and then next day or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, it seems like no one's gonna bother you tonight.
Doesn't seem particularly crowded.
There's a bartender behind the bar, but there are no patrons. And there are obviously some redcoat soldiers outside to make sure that it stays quiet.
Well, I have a question. If I
Mhm.
cast sleep on myself before bedtime, will I just continue to sleep past that 1 hour, or will I automatically wake up at that 1 hour?
Don't know. I mean, you'd probably wake up for a moment, and then if you really wanted to, you just turn over and go back to sleep, like normally when people wake up in the night. Yes, that's going to be the canon answer. Sleep spell is cure for insomnia.
Sometimes if I like any of these spells, if they were a real thing, it would be the sleep spell.
Mhm.
So practical. As a parent, especially.
Yeah, there's ethical ramifications to that.
The big thing is, are we going to try to get them all put to sleep or just one group of soldiers?
I can do like a group of one of them.
This is the next day, right? Or no? Is this still at night?
It can be.
Okay.
If you guys
Yeah,
want to advance the time.
I don't think there was anything we were gonna do that night other than
Oh, you know what? There was as I come up from being downstairs. This is probably well into the evening. I'm gonna see if anybody is still up that I can hear. If everybody's gone to bed, then never mind.
Up to you guys. Is anyone still up?
maybe.
I'm up.
Oh,
Okay.
Dr. Channing. Knock, knock, knock. Are you up?
Yes, I am.
I'm sorry.
What's up?
I've been having trouble getting to sleep. I was wondering if you could teach me to play that game with the cards.
Oh, sure.
And then I'd like to spend the evening learning cards.
Was it Quip or?
I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure
what
what
card
was
games
popular back
yeah.
then. This was two-player games are kind of a recent,
Oh, in that case, we
fairly
should
recent innovation.
need to accost Silverlock and Thomas. We'll let Mary sleep. I'm sure
I'm
she's
going.
resting.
So if Channing is teaching Graham how to play cards, you should now have access to a handout.
You just have
Oh,
a
he's got a
handout
handout.
for cards.
Awesome.
Okay, that's great.
Did you just put it in
Ooh.
theirs?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Eh.
And this is from the Redcoats?
It's from the deck the Redcoats gave you.
Here's a question: was the deck wrapped in paper? Like when you bought a deck of cards back then, it would be wrapped up in paper with this, I think, with a stamp tax on it.
Mm-hmm.
Was it wrapped up like that, or was it just a deck of cards that had been taken out of the wrapping?
I'd say it was wrapped in something. You're not sure if it was the original wrapping or not.
Okay. And the labor is Hercules something or the other.
Mulligan, yes.
Yeah,
Mulligan. Okay. All right.
I think we should show this to everyone in the morning. See if we can send off a message.
I agree. Do you think we should notify them now?
It's well past midnight. I don't know if anyone's been getting sleep. I haven't been able to. I could maybe try now, but my brain is very awake.
I see.
Is my dog here yet?
It's outside.
Perfect. In that case, I'm having my dog just like look around, and can my dog sense magic at all? Ooh, ooh, ooh! I can distance cast.
Also, there's a new dog token because they came out with actual animal tokens, so he's not a hellhound anymore.
Yay!
Of course, he's not cocoa colored, but
Well, again, at least this one is distinguishable from hellhounds.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
And won't accidentally get shot.
John.
Vast improvement.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I'm up, though I'm probably not extremely loud.
Well, if she's up, then I'll tell her the message in the cards then.
All right.
You're up.
Oh,
Give everyone access.
oh,
And it's just at the top of the actually I'll put it down in the letters folder in the character handouts folder.
I also suspect something darker is afoot, which is why I'm having my dog take a look around, but I wanted to cast something on it. Can I give it like just a +2 bonus for looking around at a distance, or do you want me to roll for all of that?
Considering the distance you are from it, there is a penalty to giving it that blessing.
Okay.
However, I'm going to reduce that penalty by half because of your connection to it being your familiar.
What I would maybe do is just have it go to the other side of the stairs and just sit on the stairs down there, and
Okay.
have it over
I mean,
on the
getting
other side.
into the building is going to be a problem because
No, outside the building, like so I
Okay.
can see it out the window.
Okay.
Having
So,
the
like,
dog
here?
be there, exactly where I was going to put it.
All right. Then yeah, I'll let you roll without the penalty then.
Okay. I'll just roll then. At that distance, actually, there wouldn't be a penalty because we're within 10 feet, so
Right.
it would just be rolling 0. Okay. In that case, I might just do a +4 on it for looking around because it's a dog
Okay.
and it could use the bonus. +4 comes with a empower -2. But since my dog is nearby, it negates the -2. Adam. Wow, that was a really bad roll. That was my first roll. Do you want me to roll all of these out to see how
No,
long
I'm
it
just going to let
takes?
you take the average on them.
Okay, my average
So,
is 5,
yeah.
but that was a
So,
really bad
For
roll.
something like this where there's no time, like realistically, you'd get it eventually, so
Yeah.
you can go ahead and have the dog make a perception check with the bonuses.
Yeah, I want the dog to take a look around. Perception?
You said the dog had a bonus.
Yes.
Just checking.
I don't think the perception actually
It's not a skill, so
gets that, yeah. Wow.
basically you tell the dog to look around and the dog says, "Squirrel."
I love it.
Oh,
I love
fair.
it. And that informs me immediately that Coco is not helpful, actually. That was a good way to inform me that he is not helpful. But he was very stealthy while he found that squirrel.
If
Let
there
me
was a
check.
squirrel, he would have found it.
He's very silently following the squirrel.
I'm following the squirrel that is in
No,
front of
Coco, stay. Anyway, yeah, I head back upstairs. And I think at that point I would have gotten the message,
Okay.
which something darker is afoot. Do you think we should have a look around tonight, or should we wait till the morning?
I thought it was the morning. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Oh,
I'm
I was
gonna-
gonna have the dog take a look around at night.
Oh,
It's
after midnight. I
based on
thought.
that perception check. No.
Yeah. That's why I asked if the dog was around, so it could just keep an eye out at night. But it didn't see much other than nocturnal animals.
It might
Graham.
not have even been a squirrel. It might just have thought there was a squirrel, given that perception check.
I probably thought there was a squirrel, and it was just the wind.
Yeah, eventually Graham would let Josiah go to sleep and try to go to
Yeah.
sleep on his own.
All right. I'll say everyone can go back to their rooms, and we'll fast forward the time until the morning.
Be it noted that my dog is keeping an eye out. A very good eye.
Sure.
Sleeping in the corner. Yeah, I think first thing in order is before even we head down to breakfast is we would show you the letter, and then at that point probably try to create a letter to send to Mulligan.
Thing is, we don't have any way of encrypting it or anything like that. So if
Would
it was
I be able?
intercepted, then
Well, Mulligan's in the city, is he not?
Mm-hmm.
so we could just deliver it to him. Or
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone would know it. I keep looking over at Silverlock because I know he can do things that are not normal. Perhaps a little bird sent the message, or perhaps we have to just wait until tonight. I am nervous about tonight, I will admit. I don't know what's going on.
I think we should investigate around before that happens. At this point, would I be able to do augur again without the penalty?
Yes.
The description of what Aaron told us,
Mm-hmm.
did it match up with the doctor's thoughts of what happened? About like a sharper blade or like something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why he thought of the assassin demon, based on what Channing had mentioned.
Okay. Then I'm going to ask the spirits if an assassin demon was what attacked Negredo. Just making sure I say the right name, because if I say the wrong name and the spirits are like, no.
Spirits were like, "What?"
but you said
But you said. My dog is nearby. Do I get the bonus?
Sure.
Yay!
No.
Bad news, guys. It wasn't an assassin demon.
Or that could be good news, depending on
Yeah.
how badly you don't want to have to deal with an assassin demon.
I don't know what an assassin demon is particularly, so I don't know
doesn't
how.
sound very healthy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, good news or bad news, it wasn't an assassin demon who attacked him.
the fact that means that we're dealing with somebody who would slit the throat of one of these. That's not entirely reassuring by itself.
Now, the question that gets asked at times like this is, who would benefit from his death?
Croatoan.
Why do you say that?
Did you see the state of those two? How emotional. I have already said this. Were you not listening?
Probably
Yeah,
not.
but what if Crotone offers them some other magic to bring him back? Making
That's,
him desperate. Desperation calls for bad choices quite frequently.
if I'm not mistaken, they also want to get the Philosopher's Stone. So,
Mhm.
I wish we had followed them. Whatever they did last night or this morning.
I don't think they did much. I think what's going to happen. Well, who knows?
Well, if they're going to meet us in, 12 hours, I don't think they're going to come empty-handed. They will have gotten the stone, either yesterday or today. I still think we should notify the order. One of us can probably quickly slip past the guards, either out through the window or past them, or we can create a distraction.
I think that's a good idea.
I do think it's best to hand deliver, since we don't have the ability to.
I can probably sneak past them pretty easily.
Dog deliver.
Or, well, that didn't go very well last time.
Yeah. As long as
But
there's
also,
no squirrels.
good idea, but squirrels are kind of evil. So
Now, do we guys know who the laborer is?
It's
Is that the-
Hercules.
Yeah, you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
That's
guys.
the tailor.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
The tailor is. Wait, no. The tailor's someone else.
No, Hercules Mulligan. His society code name is the Laborer.
Is he the tailor?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay, missed that.
Because I was being clever, and I thought Hercules, Laborers.
Little did you know that we don't know our classics.
Actually, it was more like little did I. Actually, wasn't little did I know I was relying on the fact that you guys maybe hadn't read that book on the history of the Culper Ring and didn't know the name of Washington's top spy in New York. It is a very good book, though.
What is it again?
I can't remember the title of it. It's I think it's by Brad Meltzer on the Culper Ring. Basically, Washington's spy network during the Revolution. It's the one the show was based on.
Oh.
I think it was by Brad Meltzer. I'll double check. But the point is, yes, you know who the laborer is. You know it's Mulligan.
So I don't think I can actually make it out of here and get back and forth in 10 hours. We're the time we have.
Well, we are supposed to meet at an address in the city of New York. So is that on the island? Or is that
This
further out?
address is in the city proper. It's in the part of it controlled by the British, but it's in the city.
Can we take a detour while we're headed there?
So I have a thought, a little devious. Is the bartender still here, or are they is it not manned right now?
There's a bartender there.
I wonder if we can. I'm saying this conspiratorially to everyone. Borrow some alcohol, and maybe those two guards just magically fall asleep, and maybe we put some alcohol in their hands to give the illusion of them actually getting drunk and passing out, and that should be a good alibi for us to easily leave.
Do we really want to get them in trouble though?
They'd be flogged.
Ethically.
They are
ethical questions.
I have
either
no
way, we're-
love for the British, but it is unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that's.
I shrug.
It's one thing to shoot a man. It's another thing to make him falsely guilty of
I think
flogging.
I think it is easy enough to slip out. If we're trying to deliver the message, I would say Silverlock, you're the man to do it. You can fly over there and be back. without anyone noticing. And then before dusk, Mary, if you can just make them fall asleep, we will make our exit, and they can simply wake back up to none the wiser.
I think that there's something. Sorry, the note was there's something foul afoot.
They asked us to
I
report.
I would like to hear of the rumors, so I think I might go and have breakfast and hear of any rumors of stuff happening.
There's nobody.
The bartender.
I was going to say the
I'm
only
going to
person.
say there's people there for breakfast now.
Oh,
Okay. Yay!
I'm not going to populate the entire map with NPCs, but you can
Okay.
assume that there are some.
I'm gonna go listen to some rumors. Look, a chair.
Okay. I will linger in my room then if we're kind of splitting up because Graham didn't sleep very much.
Okay. I think rumors would be a streetwise check.
Oh, lovely. I don't know if I'm any good at streetwise.
Probably not.
I'm decent at it, not horrible. Just see what happens. Evidently, a goat gave birth. It was very exciting.
Goat caper.
I rolled a 1.
Oh. Okay.
It was a very cute kid.
Exactly.
Haha.
Kid.
Like
That's funny.
the equivalent, you hear the equivalent of "my dog is dead, the eggs are good." Not necessarily from the same person, because that's a weird non sequitur.
Yeah, I'm not the person to do this. But hey, I could have heard worse things. Why am I trying to do something I'm not good at? I'm just gonna eat my breakfast.
That's the most Zen thing I've heard all day.
Okay, after I eat my breakfast, I'm gonna go upstairs and ask if anybody has any ideas of what we should do.
I've already made my suggestion on what we should do.
Yeah.
Does anybody have?
I'm going to see if I can just go out for a little bit of a walk and just say, can I just stretch my legs out? I'm willing to have one of the guards walk with me. I'm just trying to see.
I will let you do either diplomacy or bureaucracy to convince them that this should be allowed.
That's not going to happen.
Derp.
Yeah, I don't even have to roll. It's like since I don't have either skill and my charisma is 1, it's just yeah.
Yeah, you basically offend them and they tell you.
Get back inside combat. Yeah.
Yeah, they basically glare at you. They're not like guarding the doors so much because people are coming in and out for breakfast,
Yeah.
but you notice there are redcoats kind of sitting near the entrances and they kind of give you the look if it looks like you're going to leave.
They're there.
Yeah, I
keep
need to
us
use the
awake.
outhouse. We don't have indoor plumbing at this point in time, so that's probably about as far as you could get outside.
Shall I go? I at least might be able to talk my way out of the building. That's not something I'm horrible at. I think. Maybe I speak too soon.
I forget, Adam. Larceny, what does that do?
Picking locks,
That's what I thought.
picking pockets,
So,
sleight of hand.
are these windows locked?
No.
Okay. I mean, they're not really guarded, so it's easy for us to just hop out if we had to.
Yeah, it's just it's a fairly easy dexterity acrobatics check to fall without hurting yourself.
With that being said, also a window right here in Silverlock's room that probably equally opens up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's windows all over the place, like by the
Exactly.
stairs.
Yeah, this place is not a prison; it's a boarding house.
Right.
It's designed to have at least some level of comfort for the people lodging here.
So if we wanted to fly the coop, we could leave through a window.
You could. As I said, it's a fairly easy dexterity acrobatics roll to do so without hurting yourself.
So how far is the city from here?
On foot, it's a bit of a hike.
I mean, there are horses, but they're not easy to
Yeah.
steal right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to want a carriage or something. Like, you're not going to want to walk from Staten Island to Brooklyn.
No, they're not.
Especially with the water parts, that might get a bit
Uncomfortable.
Are we gonna have to actually get to there by sundown?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay. Let's just knock these guards out, grab a few horses, and make our way.
Okay. We're escalating to horse theft.
Gren,
Actually, a very serious crime at this time. Like, that's the kind of thing they hang you for.
Okay, maybe not.
But they came with us. What do you mean? We didn't steal them.
I don't
They
think
offered-
we need to knock out any guards. I think we can just.
there's also only 3 horses. Actually,
out
there's
a
2 horses
window.
and something. A
I mean,
We
cow.
don't need to steal
A
horses.
donkey.
There's 2 horses and an ass.
Sorry, flashbacks. We have to save our ass, guys. Sorry.
That was another campaign where they had just
Yep.
defeated the bandits who were holed up in this church, and Aaron's like, I want to look around the back. I'm like, you find an ass.
That's what we usually does when we look back. Yes. So, beyond this room, is there another stable? I know we shouldn't steal horses. Adam, wait, come on, focus.
I mean, if you wanted to find us, you know,
We have money to rent horses. We don't need to steal.
we
them.
could rent horses, yes.
yeah, you could easily you could easily hire a coach to take you where you need to go. You have money.
So I think put the Red Coast to sleep and just do our best to sneak away. Assuming there's no other. We look at the windows. Are there other guards that would see us leaving from a certain direction?
I mean, if you were going to go out the window, I would suggest going out the window on your
The
side
right
of the
side.
building.
Yep.
Do we need to actually sneak us? It's a new day. Can we just? Are we still under house arrest? Has the situation changed at all?
Actually, you'd want to go out the windows on Graham and Josiah's side of the building because those lead to the ground. The windows on your side, you'd have to then cross the
Roof.
lower part of the roof, and everyone
Yeah.
downstairs would likely hear you doing that.
Yeah, or we could just go down the downstairs window.
That's
right
how I was
there.
thinking. Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
by where
I mean,
Coco is.
the people in the common room might see you going out that window.
There's a
Aren't
wall.
Aren't there walls?
Yeah, there's,
Oh, you're talking about the window right at the base of the stairs?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's less likely you'd be seen going out that one.
Let's do that.
All right, I'm gonna have everyone do stealth checks.
Before we
Thank
do this, I will do a plus bonus on myself.
I'll let you do a +2.
Okay. Will you allow a +2 on me and one other person?
Sure. Why not?
I'm gonna do it on whoever I think is the least dexterous. Graham, you and your fake leg don't give me a whole lot of confidence.
All right. So Graham and Mary get a +2. Everyone else is.
And I would assume
Who's-
patron
who's-
bonus wouldn't work.
Who's less
Yeah,
dexterous,
this isn't- not
Graham?
really
or Josiah?
well, Josiah's
Josiah has
already
a
rolled.
dexterity of 3.
Yeah, Josiah's
Oh, okay.
already rolled,
I
and
rolled
you've
a
already
3,
said
so-
Graham, so that's what we're going
Yeah. Are we going stealth?
with. Mm-hmm. Presumably, you're not trying to be obvious that you're going out the window.
I am not trying to be obvious. I'm going out the window.
All right, everyone makes it out the window except Silverlock. Kind of bangs his head, curses loudly, and
This is why stealthing in large parties is not a good idea.
only takes one to.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys may want to hurry because the red coats
Yeah.
are probably coming around.
I start moving, but my thingy's in the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I move off map with my dog, and
Okay.
if anybody like gets near, I'm really tempted to just make him fall asleep.
All right. So, yeah. Silverlock, I'm going to have you make an additional athletics check to basically get away quickly before they can catch you. All right. You make it out of there. You are now free to move about the city.
So are we going to take a detour to Hercules' house first?
Guess the question is, do you have any information to report if you go to Hercules' house?
As
I'm
of
not
yet,
sure.
no.
I mean, I guess we can assume that he would know about what's happened so far. I mean, nobody's really trying to keep the murder a secret, right? So everybody would have heard of it, I would think, right?
We got a note because we were being held because of a murder. So,
Yeah.
Or attempted murder.
yeah.
I would say if we don't have anything for Mr. Mulligan, then we should proceed to the rendezvous point, I would think.
Okay. Seeing no objection, hearing no objection.
Can I do
Yeah.
a premonition before?
Sure.
I assume I still have that +2.
Yeah, I'll let you do that before the +2 wears off. Okay. So the images are a little less chaotic. It may be that committing to a course of action has made things a little more certain for you. You do see an image of Virginia Dare, a single tear going down her cheek. You see an image of a gun in someone's hand pointed. You zoom out, the gun fires, striking Rubido in the chest. But the spark from that gun grows into a blaze that kind of engulfs everything and washes away that scene. You see an image of a battle. Doesn't seem like your side is faring well.
What else is new?
And then that fire from the last vision washes away that scene as well.
Where does Rubido get shot?
It's hard to tell. Like, it seems like it's New York, but it could be any city. It's not like some, it's not like a specific landmark that you'd know super well.
Did it look like so Rubido got shot.
Yes.
Do I know what the gun was that shot him? Did the gun look familiar or just like an average gun?
It's just a regular gun. You've seen many of them on your adventures.
when I asked where did he get shot, I meant in his body.
Oh,
Yeah, but
seems
the other
like-
question was somewhat informative.
Yeah. It's hard to see because of the way the image turned away, but
Okay.
it seems like it would have been the heart.
Okay.
Hmm.
Poor Captain Planet.
Can I try to find out what part of what the address is? If it's a house, a church, a
Sure.
workshop.
With how I rolled on Streetwise, I probably don't know how to get there.
Well, I would like to try.
You can make an investigation check if you'd like.
Okay. Two.
It's a residence. It's actually a residence in a very, very nice part of the city.
I suspect it's John Dee's as well, or one of his fellows. Yeah. Will we be able to get there by the meeting time?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have much time to dawdle, especially if you're. Yeah. Again, it's not that long a trip, but you're doing it using 1700s technology, so you can get
Yeah.
there. You won't have to rush, but you shouldn't lag either.
I think we move on our way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to retrieve my musket at some point if that's doable, or is it all locked up and under supervision?
You wouldn't have brought your
Presumably-
musket, I don't
Yeah,
think.
presumably that stuff is all back at the camp with the.
Oh, so we didn't even
Okay.
bring it into the city. Okay, I wasn't sure if we checked it for the meeting or if it was like we didn't even bring it.
Unless you want to buy one.
I would have brought my pistol. Wouldn't I? I have.
Are we in a carriage?
Yeah, if you guys wanted to have rented a carriage or something, you can certainly have done that.
Okay, I know I'm about to make some rolls that are involving people's lives. And while I do believe in our cause, I'm also not overly fond of people dying for silly reasons, also incriminating myself in the process of
Sure.
them dying.
Like, I really want everyone to live through this, and that's
Yeah.
not a
I-
certainty at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's unlikely, but I will do my best, which means I want to put empower on myself for when I get to the scene to be able to heal him, because as far as I'm aware, I'm under the impression that I'm just getting the stone and trying to heal him.
Mhm.
That's the impression I'm getting from what we're doing, at
Sure.
least to the best of my knowledge. So yeah.
It does seem to be the part you've been asked to play in this.
Yeah. Would I be able to do a +4 bonus on myself?
Sure.
Yes.
You know what I would like to do? I have 2 pistol bullets that are made out of silver, and I would like to load my backup concealed pistol with one of the silver shots.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to do my power animal just with the +2 and the talent. I'm doing the deer with the run like I did the last time. It seems like with my character's attack on
All right.
double attack works well with being able to move that fast.
Sure. The grace of the deer. You have what I like to refer to as the Brave Star spell. which was one of the best 80s cartoons. Even if it did traumatize me a little bit.
Just don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah. Anyone who's friends with me on Facebook has seen that post where it's like, yeah, totally. We're just going to show all these kids a kid dying of an overdose, and that'll keep them off drugs. I guess it worked, but still.
Scared straight,
All right. So yeah, you guys are all powered up. Ready to
ready to party. Yep.
yes.
Very nervous, but yes.
All right. So yes, the home, again, it's a very nice kind of in upscale neighborhood. It's pretty standard 2-story home.
You not having a map makes me more comfortable.
Oh,
But I'm
wait.
not sure if I should be nervous or because you have it and you're just not putting us there.
He's
Yes,
throwing
he's
us off.
probably waiting. Yeah.
He's smiling.
Adam, can we tell about how many points of egress there are?
Looks like there's a main door and then a servant's door in the back.
Okay.
And windows.
I
The
don't
windows,
no.
the windows don't look like they open, but in a pinch they might not have to.
I don't want to tonify myself and split up the party, so I'll stay with everyone else.
Okay.
Tonify, you're welcome.
Yes. Don't want to win the Tony Award.
Are there any visible guards or redcoats around the neighborhood, even as we're kind of moving up? Is there a presence?
The occasional patrol, but given that it's an occupied city, that's to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use investigation to see if there's been any movement in and out of his house in the past couple days?
Go ahead. Yeah, people say that the owner of the house is not been around much, but people have come and gone, probably as servants or something, or perhaps as students. I think he might be a professor at the university.
What color's his hair?
It's brown but going gray. He is an older man.
Ah.
Oh, you mean the servant? He has red hair.
Ah. I think we are here to meet somebody. Do we still have the carriage, or has it gone, or?
It would have gone once you got to the area. It's not going to.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to pay it to wait for you, in which case you can do that.
I don't know at all the situation where Negrito is. Has he been moved to this house? Would we have been able to ask? Was a man brought here who was unconscious? Are we talking with the servants?
You can be. Well, there are no again. I assume the investigation you're talking to people in the neighborhood.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Got it.
So are we going in? We're knocking?
I think we are.
All right.
Is it sundown?
Who wants to knock?
Yes, the sun is starting to go down.
I'll knock.
You knock at the door. You are greeted by Rubido. He's kind of wearing that, more so than his brothers. Rubido always kind of looks a little less put together. He's, again, as always, he's got guns on him. He leads you in. Right.
I will follow inside as well.
He leads you up the stairs. I'm glad you came. I have to admit, I was worried you might not accept our offer.
It does make me nervous, but I also do not want to see one of you pass away. At least not like this.
Could have made it a little easier for us to get here. Grumble, grumble. Rub the little bump on my head.
There's a term for grumpy people. Yeah.
Can I try to spy out like everything around us, to like basically looking for signs of an ambush, trap, anything like that? Because
yeah, you can go ahead and make a perception check.
okay, no stat points this time. 2.
Yeah, doesn't seem like there's any threat here.
What about signs of the injured Negrito?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, has Negrito been moved here?
Yes, Father had him brought here last night.
Why here of all places?
I assume it's because it's his house.
That's correct. Father figured he'd be better off here than at the Billup estate, where he was attacked.
Is your father here as well?
No. I'll be just making sure he stays away.
Then it's best we get the.
So Rubido,
You
as
said
you top of the stairs, Rubido opens the door and leads you into a room. Negredo is laid upon the bed.
you were connected with him when this happened?
That's right.
And I assume that did the connection break once he was attacked? Or were you able to be with him throughout the whole thing?
No, once he lost consciousness, our connection isn't constant. It needs us to focus.
I see. Being surprised like that, I'm sure, would make one lose focus.
So he leads you into once you get upstairs, he leads you into a bedroom. He leads Marion and would permit Channing to go in, but doesn't want the entire party.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go in. I was
I'm
just gonna
fine.
hang by the staircase. I want to focus mostly
I'm
on
fine staying out in the hallway,
yeah,
keeping watch.
same.
I'll go in.
Okay,
Is the stone nearby?
I have it.
Can I sense it with my lodestone?
Yeah, your lodestone is again very low because it's not active magic being used.
Right.
But yeah,
Is he gonna give it to me, or am I just sitting by Negrito?
he will. Yeah, he'll give it to you as you enter the room.
When he gives it to me, I give him a bit of advice where I think moving forward, it's best to protect your heart. And then I'm going to try to do this. I also have brought my dog in, by the way, and have it behind me. Yeah, because I would like to be able to do this with whatever bonuses I can. What am I rolling?
Right.
Magic?
First of all, looking at what
cool.
Adrian said, I'll show you guys the map so you can figure out where you want to be.
Oh, there's a map. Great. That's convenient. Thanks.
Again, I prepared maps for every place I thought you would go in this campaign because you gave me such a hard time last time.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never give you a hard time over anything.
No, the reason I haven't shown you this one is because I don't want to make certain people in the party nervous.
I get nervous very easily.
I'm thinking of you.
You just saying that makes me nervous. Okay.
And Jeff
Well.
is like, I was just here in the murder basement of this house.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Looks familiar. but-
Hey, is this where
It
yeah,
is.
the beginning of our last
Yes.
campaign?
This was
Yeah.
the house in Vladivostok. This was also Dr. Alucard's house in our Gothic horror campaign.
We can just say that there are multiple houses that use this design as a base.
We're just going to say that, yeah, you guys might see certain maps get reused.
If Thomas is over out facing the street, I'll be here on this side at the staircase. But since there's a
Yeah.
window, I'll be by the window too.
All right.
Am I
So,
rolling
Mary.
magic or am I rolling?
Mm-hmm. You're rolling
That is-
plus a bonus for the Philosopher's Stone.
Okay. So what's the bonus for the Philosopher's Stone?
I will be adding that in.
Okay, well, let's see what this does.
Hey, Adam, how come he's making a Yamcha lay down?
Because I don't have many sleeping or dead tokens.
Happy you got the reference.
It wasn't my best roll, but it wasn't bad.
So yeah, you're holding the stone in your hand as you're kind of muttering the words for your healing ritual, and you place your hands. You place the stone on the body. You place your hands over it, and you're muttering. A bit of a glow begins to shine from the stone. Dr. Channing, this looks familiar to you because the stone let out a similar aura when it was being used to create Legion. The wound itself seems to be getting better. It gets to the point where there's not even a scar, and then Negredo begins convulsing. There's essentially a burst from him. I'm going to need strength checks from Channing and Mary.
Yeah, I'm gonna fail this so bad.
Do you have athletics? That's
Did I
better
just
than
roll
Put a
strength?
stop point in
Oh, I'm gonna fail this.
because I suck.
I have a 1 strength, like.
3.
Well, that's
I
why I
have-
asked if you have athletics. If your athletics is better,
This is a pure strength check.
well, but the rules say you can use an athletics.
This
Does
instead of-
having? Oh wait, no, that's focus defense. Okay, never mind. That's something else. Okay. Does having focus defense affect this roll? Because
It does not.
Ooh.
okay, I rolled a 0.
Dr. Channing manages to keep his feet as this burst of energy kind of throws you all back. Mary trips over her dog, bumps her head, and takes 2 non-lethal.
Okay, could have been worse. I mean,
Copa's really killing it today.
Yeah, Graham is gonna draw his pistol with the kind of bright
can
light.
I roll?
but
Can I
he's-
roll occult? Sorry.
Do we sense that? Do I sense that from the hallway?
You definitely do, because the door basically gets knocked open, and the door was, like, there's probably some damage to the latch on that door.
Can I roll academics occult to figure out what happened?
Sure.
Yay.
You know that Negredo has this telekinetic ability,
Uh-huh.
and with the different magics at play, it might have there's always a little bit of danger to mixing magics, and you don't know if it was you or the Philosopher's Stone, but something apparently caused an uncontrollable surge of his ability.
Okay. I just want to make sure he wasn't like possessed by a demon that's trying to fight me
Not
off as I'm
demonic. This
healing.
is very much you're
Okay.
sure that it's his own power kind of acting up.
Okay. Does it look like it's stabilizing, or is it still kind of acting up?
After that initial burst, he seems to be sleeping peacefully.
Okay.
But is
I
he bleeding
give-
because he said he, or
No,
was it
the
just
wound seemed to
convulsing?
close up until there's
Okay.
not even a scar. Then he started to convulse, but
Okay.
not like.
It seems that either my magic or the Philosopher's Stone is causing him to have uncontrollable bursts of his ability. That's embarrassing. um, uh, Dr. Channing, do you want to check on him? I think right now.
Yeah,
Dr. Fanning
I
can make a
check on
medicine
him.
roll if he wishes.
Yeah. What is with it rolling
Yeah.
and not showing up? That's weird.
I don't know.
Strange. 3.
He seems to be fine. Like medically, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with him. I mean, he's asleep, but this is like normal asleep, not coma asleep.
I'm going to gently wake him. If he's really
Oh,
just
felt.
truly asleep, I want to wake him just to make sure everything's okay.
His
We have-
eyes flutter open a little bit. He seems.
Are you all right, sir?
At this point, would drinking water be good?
Oh, good idea.
If you offer him water, he kind of gulps it down. What? Why?
Well, sir, you were all but murdered. But you're doing much better now.
What? Rubido kind of pushes you aside and takes his hand and begins, reassuring him
Mentally or out loud?
out loud.
Okay.
Is he asking many questions? Like, could this
He doesn't. He's basically, it's more like, you're going to be okay. They helped you. You're home. Very much just trying to reassure him.
Make reassuring noises.
Yes, reassuring noises.
At this
Reassuring
point-
brother noises.
At this point, I'm wondering if we need to leave.
I would like to ask him if he remembers what happened after you lost connection with him.
I was in the garden. I think I died.
Before you died, do you remember who it was? Who attacked you? What it was?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
You helped me?
well, it's better than being accused of your murder.
And he kind of gives Rubido a look, and Rubido gives him like a half smile.
Well, I hate to break up this family reunion, but I think we need to be going.
So
Is there any-
you can go ahead and make a perception check.
I
Who?
ask Rubido if there's anything else or if that will be all.
Rubido kind of just nods. Silverlock, as you're apparently the least focused, there are And I'm going to say, if you give any kind of notice, then I'll say Graham and Thomas also pick up on this. There are a lot of redcoats moving. Like, you might, well, you were all distracted by the goings on in the room.
Well, I was still watching. I was still watching outside peripherally.
All right, then Thomas, you noticed as well.
Yeah.
Do
So
they-
they're basically coming in from all sides and kind of surrounding.
Yeah. Thomas expected this.
Yeah. Like I said,
Thomas,
that's why I was.
from the window you're at, you notice that John D is with them.
Oh. Interesting. So did his little boys betray him?
Or betray us.
I think your father probably doesn't want us having this. I say, holding the shard of the stone. He's probably pissed off that we snuck out.
We gotta go.
I was gonna say,
feel
it looks like Albedo is right there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Downstairs, there's. Come with me. Rubido leads you guys down the stairs. Give me 1 second. So Rubido leads you guys downstairs. I'm gonna put you guys where you'd be, because Rubido is in the lead.
Can I cast hold portal on the doors? I don't know. I think we're
Do you have
leaving.
time?
Probably not.
All right. So Rubido is leading everyone down the stairs. I'm going to need initiative rolls from everyone.
Oh, that's
Is
good.
there like a secret exit?
That's what I was wondering too.
Yeah, I was hoping for a secret exit.
Presumably where you guys are being let. Hold on, I
Okay.
have to clear. Hold on, I have a bunch of things in the turn order from previous episode. I'm going to have you all do that again.
I did not roll yet, so we're fine. Well, it was an okay roll.
Almost as good.
And I think that's where we're going to pick up next week.
I take it at that point my +4 will have been gone, or do I get to keep it?
It's a new scene, I think.
Oh, sadness. I was hoping my +4 could go towards, hold portal, and then it went away.
Well, I'm wondering if this.
I don't know if you'd have time to hold portal, given
Yeah.
it is a. I think that's a ritual spell.
Yeah.
So, do we have any idea whether we're being betrayed or rescued? Can we
Probably like
streetwise or perception or
Both.
both?
Yes, by different
Okay.
people.
I mean,
All right, I've got a perception of
clearly
8.
the redcoats are here to
Perception.
arrest you, but Rubido is seemingly. Make an empathy check.
That's my perception.
Okay, make an empathy check. I mean, the redcoats are clearly here to arrest you, or possibly just shoot you at this point.
Really? Wow, that escalated quickly.
But
No,
but
pretty
Rubido
rapid.
seems genuine. Like, he seems genuinely surprised that they're here. So Rubido might be genuinely on your side for this one.
All right. Guess we'll find out next week.
Yes.
And the fact
Oh,
he left the
actu-
stone with Becca, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I'm
I have
sorry?
it.
so
Yeah.
they did give
You
it
can take
over.
the stone back. He said you could have it.
Yeah.
His brother's awake upstairs. That was the condition of me getting the piece of stone.
Mm-hmm.
How big is the piece of stone, by the way?
I mean, if the original Philosopher's Stone was like baseball sized, this one it's a larger shard than you've seen in the past.
Mhm.
Not quite golf ball size, but bigger than marble sized.
Yeah, so
Quarter
Yeah.
size.
quarter. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Ooh, dice.
yeah,
Something
like
like
a standard D20 size.
Cool. That's a good size. Good taste. Is there 20 sides to it?
It's very uneven. It's not a.
Sadness.
It's angular.
I might have been tempted to keep it if there were 20 sides to it,
If this were a game that used d20s, it definitely would have had 20 sides to it.
Quarter.
Anyway,
So for this week, I'm going to say participation, role playing, and success points for everybody. You
Yeah.
completed your mission, even if you got betrayed afterwards.
well,
Not
technically his
betrayed,
dad.
The redcoats were never on your side. so
Yeah,
it's not betrayal.
his dad never made a deal with us, though he was supposed to be hospitable to us.
Yeah.
Is
Well-
it? Can I spend an experience at this point for skill?
What do you want to do?
Firearms from 3 to. Oh wait, no, I've got 7 experience. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Missing that last game last week really did me in.
It was definitely that one game that you missed.
It literally
That-
was. I'm one
That
short.
gave us 2 experience.
And just think, I was this close to also giving you guys a knowledge point.
I
but
feel
I'm
like
holding off on that one. So,
But you're what?
but I'm holding off on doing the knowledge point. So you're only getting the 3 this week. Had I decided to do 4.
I feel like I have a lot of pieces of knowledge, but the full knowledge is still incomplete. So I understand, despite how much I would have liked that extra point.
Mhm.